Okay, so welcome to my favorite things. This is one of my favorite things. This is Tania Sokey, and just absolutely incredible clairvoyant and clairsentient. And I'd love for you to share just who you are, where you're from, and would love to hear about your most prominent spiritual experience or a spiritual experience that happened just recently to you, whatever you think.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tania Sokey. I am a clairvoyant and a clairsentient, so I receive clear images in my mind's eye, clear feelings, sound, songs, taste, feelings, anything and everything to make the reading more specific for like people that I read for. I use tarot as like a visual tool. I was born in British Columbia, Canada, so in Surrey, but I moved here when I was 5 years old to Beloit, Wisconsin. Well, not Beloit, Wisconsin right away, but Chicago and then Beloit. And essentially, right now I'm kind of in like a transition period of my life where I'm like graduating from my bachelor's degree in letters and sciences, and at the same time I'm like on a spiritual journey where I'm coming into my gifts more and more every single day. And yeah, that's pretty much my background, I guess you could say.
I love it. It's so neat to hear you say that, and just I've known you for a while. We'll talk about that in a little
I
bit.
know.
Really neat to hear your journey. So you're graduating with your psychology degree,
I
and
am.
I was so excited. I think it was during one of my readings, something about psychology, and I was like, my undergrad degree's in psychology.
I
So I was like, oh,
know.
so cool. So I love it. So when's your graduation date?
Oh, my graduation date is December 21st, literally next month. So I'm
Oh, I
so
love it.
stoked.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Good stuff all the way around. Well, I'd love to hear about a spiritual experience. So one that you've had, something that stands out.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had three really profound ones recently, but the main one that I can think of at the top of my head is that recently I've had to move into my dad's place. But I'm no longer there anymore, and that's part of the story. But originally it was because my dad and I stopped talking for about 7 years of my life, and then like I actually got into an abusive relationship that turned like physically violent as well, back in November of last year. And so essentially I wasn't as into spirituality until that point when my paternal side great grandma and great grandpa really stepped in and kind of helped me move out of that relationship, as well as kind of getting me out of that old apartment and everything and into my father's place again to rekindle our relationship. And he has a girlfriend, and she's not the best character in the world. She's kind of the most heinous being I've ever met in my entire life, but that's also part of the story. But things were going great, and then they kind of went on a downward spiral, and so my dad's relationship and I was kind of stagnating after a point. And the whole point for me to go into his place in the first place was to kind of get back on my feet and um, financially rebuild myself into a stable place where I don't need to be asking my parents for help for any financial matters or anything like that. And then also finishing my degree. That was his main point of bringing me in. And after a while, I couldn't, my energy was just decreasing and decreasing as I was, under his roof and everything like that, just because of his girlfriend interfering in our relationship several times and just meddling and things of that nature. And like I've always felt my great grandma's presence around me, and she's primarily the one that helps me with my gift as well when it comes to readings and everything like that. But I really felt her presence heavily once I like moved into his place, definitely, because I could feel her around me, like in the kitchen when I'm around the girlfriend and all of those things like that. And when it came to a point of needing to move out, and it happened kind of literally November 15th, like I still remember the date, but it was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I believe. And immediately when the whole situation went down, long story short, she wasn't letting me use the laundry in my own home, and I kind of, I after a point, like, I had it, and I put her on blast, and that kind of all needed to happen. And I could just, when the phone call ended, when, like, the girlfriend called me, I could just hear my grandma in my ear, like, get up, pack your stuff, and get out. Like, I don't know where you need to go, but you need to get out. And I knew I needed to go to my mom, like, so that's where I am now. But that's kind of where she knew that I needed to go, and I could just kind of, I literally had her presence help me pack up all my things within the hour and, like, become, like, Hulk me. I'm not a very strong girl, but, like, I literally had her, like, make me, like, basically Hulk, and, like, pick up all of my things and pack them into my car and essentially set me free from the environment that I was living in. And since then, I mean, my grades have gotten better. I got a 94% on my chemistry exam this past week. That's huge. So, I mean, it just, all in all, that was a really profound spiritual experience that recently happened to me, very, very recently, but there were more. Definitely.
It's amazing. And I do need to say that as soon as you said, so this is really cool, we'll have to watch the replay. As soon as you said grandma, great grandma, like as soon as you brought her in, all of a sudden the back pixels of your camera went kind of haywire. I kid you not.
Really?
And then just now, like if we can remember this spot, I was trying to look on Facebook to see where we were at, like what the time is. I can't tell what time we're at right now, but I swear to you, you said, and then my grandma, and you turn like this, my grandma helped me to pack up my stuff, and it was an orb that went right up your hair.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if people saw it as we were here live, but anybody that is on this and the replay, so it's going to be in Facebook and it's also going to be on the YouTube video. Amazing. Like, whoever's here, go to the Mind and watch that, because it was incredible to see. Like, it was just like right up, and I was just like, there she is, their great grandma.
I love it, because I knew she'd be here for this. So.
Of course, your interview. I love it. It is, it's incredible to hear your journey and your story. And I just feel like there's so many of us that are gifted, and we've been through a lot of things. We've been through a lot of, let's say, trauma or chaos or drama, whatever it is. And in a lot of ways, sometimes I've noticed that we are then elevated and catapulted to such a higher level because of what
Definitely.
And I just want to commend you. I mean, it's been incredible knowing you as a person.
It's been incredible knowing you.
I just feel like I just want to commend you, because I feel like I've been able to witness these kind of bigger things that have happened in your life, and you walk forward with such grace. Like, okay, this is what needs to happen. Okay, this is what needs to happen. I'm just like,
thank you. That means so much to me to hear. Thank you.
It's been incredible, and I'd love for you to tell our viewers like how we met.
Yeah. Okay. So literally, it was kind of, I mean, I said this word earlier, but it was serendipitous. Because right before I moved into my dad's place, I just got this like intense feeling, because Heather had been popping up on my Earth Song like page for like the notifications about like who's like reading at Earth Song, and I'm like, I need to read with Heather. And I don't know why I had like such a strong feeling, but this was back in August, and people were already telling me at Earth Song, like, she's booked like way ahead of time, so you really need to get in with her. And there was a previous time when I wasn't able to get a reading with her and everything, but that first time that I read with Heather, it was like everything that was said in that reading was just like spot on to my entire life. And I was sincerely moved by that reading that we had at that psychic fair. And so ever since then, literally anytime Heather is at Earth Song, or literally anywhere. If it were in this general area, I will be there. Like, that is for sure. I have to meet with her. I have to like exchange energies. It's just like I was immediately drawn to her, and like since then, like it's
love it.
it's the rest of history.
I love it. I agree with you. And the rest is history. When you said that, I'm like, I agree with you. Because it's incredible too, because I feel like just in general, like in life, you know, spirit will just be like this, 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 and they'll just kind of keep putting it in front of our face, you know?
Totally.
And so I love that your grandma is here. And so I love that. And it's like every time I get in your energy, Tanya, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's Tanya, you know, like, and I'm so excited. You've seen me. It's so fun. And so I loved it when, you know, when I saw you on my schedule another time, and the time that you were reading, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I texted you. I'm like, are you reading today? And I was so excited. Like, what? You're like, yeah, and I have a session with you. And I'm like, what? Oh, awesome, girl.
If I'm reading, I need to have a reading with Heather. I make sure they don't like, you know, cancel my time, because I'm like, I don't care. I need my half an hour blocked out. Like, don't neglect that.
I just feel so honored. And, you know, it was beautiful this last Saturday because it was your 25th birthday. And
I know.
oh my God, I was like, and it's fun. I hope the viewers can see too, like the energy exchange. Like I get
they have to
up in your energy. I'm like, this is awesome. So I love that. And let's see, I'm just gonna catch up on the comments. So Tony, he is just saying that Tanya's grandma is totally there. He just said hi. Brooke is Yolanda's here. Katrina's here. Katrina says love. Tony says Tanya's definitely cute.
Thank you.
So stuff all the way around, and amazing when I saw that you were doing readings, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we were in separate rooms. I think I was in a back room. This was the last time, I think. And then you were, I don't know, maybe in the classroom or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then this time for the fair, they put us like right next to each other.
Right
And
next to each other.
and I was like, oh, Tanya's like right there, you know.
I know.
I loved it. And so I'd love for you to share, you know, with our audience, like, what do you do? Like, what do your readings entail?
So essentially, any life sector that people, I do like, obviously for 30-minute readings, like I'll do whatever spirit has to say, if that's what they choose, or if they just want like a specific life question, I just ask them right away. For 15 minutes, if they just have like something specific, or like either way, I do it either way for people. I get little spurts of, so I've gotten some serious moments where in readings where I've gotten uncanny like messages from the other side that I could not have possibly gotten from the cards. And it's just like, I've had other readers tell me that that's my mediumship kicking in, and so I'm like, I know, I feel that like in my gut, I feel that that's coming, but I don't know how to control it yet, which sucks. But I'm going to be trained in mediumship coming this December to February, so thankfully I should be able to control it somewhat soon. But at the moment, it just comes randomly. And like, for example, this one lady, I was reading for her, and I mean, she was having like night issues and like pain, and out of nowhere, for some reason in my mind, I got that she's gonna go into water aerobics. I'm like, have you ever considered water aerobics? And she's like, oh my God, that is so scary. She's like, I literally just was thinking about water aerobics, and I was just gonna sign up for that. I'm like, well, I think that would be really good for you. And I feel like that'd be a very grounding exercise, and it would help you sleep at night, and it would help the pain. And it's weird how these things have been coming up recently. And that's kind of where I am as far as my gifts go. Sometimes I'll get little song little blurps in my head, and that'll like have to do with the reading, and people are like, that's scary. And then yeah, that's That's
And it
mainly what
kind
I
of
get
flows
so far.
in, which is neat, and it's neat to witness your process, that this is
Yeah.
coming in and this is coming in. And so then during the reading, can people ask you like relationship questions, career questions? Like, do they ask questions when they come to you for a reading?
Yeah, several different questions. It can be relationship, career, life, just in general. Anything and everything really. People have even asked me about like deceased loved ones, and I've connected people with deceased loved ones like maybe a handful of times, like I'd say maybe on one hand so far, and so far it's been successful. I don't know if like I'm doing it right yet, which I don't need to doubt myself, but at the same time, they've said it's right, so I don't know.
Go
I'm
with
just
it.
kind of working on it. It's a process, but yeah.
I love that. Okay, I have to say again. So you said deceased loved ones, and there was an orb over your
Yeah.
shoulder, and it's like underneath that mirror. Isn't there like an octagon mirror? Is it correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so like underneath that mirror, there's like a dresser or like a dark brown dresser.
Yes.
I went right over there.
Oh
So,
my
and this
God.
is interesting because it's on, I don't know which side we are to each other, but the side that most of your hair is over to,
Yes.
that's where the two orbs have come in. One over
I
here,
knew she was sitting right here too.
right? Right?
That's why.
Okay. And I love it when we can catch spirit on film. Like that is
I
amazing.
know.
I was just
That's
like, I'm like,
amazing.
there it is. There it is. So she's with you. She's so with
Yes.
you. That's incredible. So then I'm curious too, how can people get in touch with you if they're wanting a reading, if they're wanting more insights?
Definitely. So I have a Facebook site, and then I also have an acuity scheduling website, which is it's super simple. That's my main method of getting written readings from me. So I send people readings via email, and people really love that because they can look back for reference on their readings. I do it in my own time, but I typically get it to you as soon as your payment has been sent in, and my prices are pretty good so far. You essentially send the payment through, you book a schedule, like a slot schedule with me whenever I have a available time slot. You send your questions in the little queue area for whatever your specific questions are. There are specific little rules, because sometimes people tend to ask way too many questions, per what the price range is, but there, as long as you follow that, based on the cues, and then once you send it through, I get an email regarding your questions. I pull out my cards, I channel out the messages, I type it all via a Word document, and then I convert it to a PDF. I send it to the people, and then people typically are quite happy with that. And that's the easiest way for me to be able to give it to any person anywhere around the world. And then other than that, I have an instant go as well. That's by question as well, and I believe I sent that link to this. I'm pretty sure. So you can click on that, or you can click on my Facebook page and get in touch with me on there. I can explain my services better to you as well on there. And so yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love it. So Acuity, or also Instant Go, or just private message you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I was just noticing on the title, we don't have your last name. So on the title of the Facebook group, it's going to be there, but not on YouTube. So when people watch it on YouTube, can you spell your last name? We have Tania on there, but how do you spell your
Sure.
for people?
My last name is Sokhey, Sokhey as in kite, Hey.
Excellent. So that's how we can find Tania. So I love it.
Yay.
Girl, it's wonderful to be in your energy again tonight.
I know. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, have a wonderful night to our viewers, and you, Tania, have a wonderful night as well.
You as well, and you all.
Yes, yes. Thank you for being here. So good deal. Okay, take care. Bye. We'll see
Bye.
you. See you.